Hello everybody, my name is Margot Pinilla. I'm studying in the Couch Quinquirá, and today I'm going to talk about my research project, which is based on my own experiences as an English learning. My question is, how do socioacademic experiences of a distance language learning influence the professional development of a pre-service teacher at USTA? The objective is to describe the influence that the socioacademic experiences of a distance language learner have on her professional development as a pre-service teacher at USTA. The title of my study is Incidence of Socioacademic Experiences of a Distance Learner in her professional development as a pre-service teacher at USTA. I consider it is important to explain to you what the problem is so that you can understand my proposal well. According to the characteristics of my research, this is related to the field of research, the study of the English language and its context, the macro project, understanding and characterizing EFL in the J, experiences and phenomena in the pre-service teacher's educational context, and the microproject, the voices of the J, realities, life stories, and experiences. The statement of the problem. Since high school, I really enjoyed learning the English language, which I consider to be interesting and very useful. So, I start many courses which I never finished in different institutions and academies before arriving at Santo Tomás University. Despite my tests and the need of this language for my work, since I have a handwork workshop, I never finished the courses because I soon realized that they all used the same teaching methods, for which I never noticed any advance in my learning, since among other things they always repeat the same topics, and the practices were only basic writing sentences and short translations. So I always considered that learning this language was very easy. Therefore, when I started studying at Santo Tomás University, not only did I have a lot of failed experiences, but also many mistaken beliefs about learning the language in question, apart from the fact that I had studied it as a foreign language, but not from the pedagogical file of the teaching of it, for which my learning process has been very, very complex, very hard, maximum because being an adult student, and I have also had to face challenges such as the use of technology and others of a social nature, such as, for example, stereotypes, facts that have led me to investigate about this phenomenon, which by its characteristics is framed within the macro project and the micro project that I said above. The problem is related to the influence of socioacademic experiences in a process of learning a language, in this case English. On the other hand, the problem also has to do with the immense challenge of studying English at distance as an adult student, and not only as a foreign language, but also as a pedagogical file to teach it. For the above, I want to deepen the research on this phenomenon with the purpose of revealing, understanding, describing, and showing the way in which a language learning process can be affected positively or negatively by learning experiences and beliefs that are generated from them, and how this process becomes a major challenge when not only you start the language as a foreign language, but also as a pedagogical file in teaching it. For these reasons, the justification is according to the characteristics of my resource. This is related to the field of resource, the study of the English language and its context. The macro project, as I mentioned before, understanding and characterizing EFL in the J, experiences and phenomena in the preserved teachers, educational context, and the micro project, the voices of the J, realities, life stories, and experiences. According to the above, it is very easy to understand why my resort is related to, because according to Clandini and Connelly, 1986, cited by Huber, Kane, Huber and Stibbs, 2013, Narrative Inquiry. It is the study of how humans make meaning by endlessly telling and retelling stories about themselves that both refigure the past and create purpose in the future. But my purpose is understand this phenomenon. This resource is important because the professors and students at the Santo Tomas University and perhaps other academic institutions, through the experiences narrated in the resource, can have a systematic reflection of this process and broader understanding about the difference of studying a language as a foreign language. For the English case, and study is a pedagogical file in its teaching, which leads to the development of better educational process. For example, the stories told about the methodologies I have experienced as an English learner can give teachers a clear idea about the successes and shortcomings that these methodologies may have, which are often not perceived by educators, but by those who are receiving the teaching. In addition, as a student and as a preservers teacher, resource is very important because it allows me not only to reflect on my learning process and identify my mistakes and successes, but also gives me the opportunity to learn about both negative academic experiences as of the positive, which leads me to personal and professional growth that will conduct me to fulfill a better teaching task. Equally important is the contribution that research makes to the sub-project, the Voices of the J, realities, life stories and experiences, since this contributes to enrich the sub-project by revealing various factors that may affect at a certain moment the ideal performance of the students of the J in the process of learning as a preserved teachers and in their future as a professionals. Thank you very much for your attention.